Okay, so you want to start procrastinating. You want to stop. How? Procrastinating is just like invented by people who are using it as an excuse. Basically, what happens is that people say, "Oh, I'm lazy. Oh, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that." Laziness, like, just ignore it. It doesn't exist. You either do the thing that you want to do or you don't do it. Either one has consequences. Basically, if you do it, you're gonna get rewarded. If you don't do it, you're not gonna get rewarded, and that's it. Start off, I'm gonna explain that you can't be emotional about the things you do and about the things that you have to get done, because those things are purely, basically, materialistic. Whatever you do, if you have to do 100 push-ups, you can't feel emotional about this, which is where a lot of people fail. They're like, "Oh, I can't do it," and they don't do it, or they do like 20 and they're like, "Oh, that's enough for today." When you say that you're gonna do 100 and then you do 100, you'll feel much better about yourself because you said something and you kept your word and you did it. It is also a good thing to train yourself mentally, because then when you say something, your word is iron and you mean it and you're gonna do it. People are always looking for the perfect moment to start doing something. If it's like a business that they want, or if it's like, I'll wait until it's January 1st and then I'll start going to the gym. Even if it's like July this year, they're gonna wait for next year January just to start going to the gym or to get in shape, which is fucking stupid. The best moment to do something is now, is to stop procrastinating, get up off the bed, off the couch, and do it now. Usually a lot of people, especially if you're a younger man and you have a lot of things in your mind, you're thinking about a lot of things, especially if maybe you've had a girlfriend and she left you, or some bad things has happened in your family, and then you have all these things happening. This task that you want to take might feel too overwhelming, but it's always going to be that way if you don't start. Once you start and once you get somewhere, it's going to be easier and easier, like every step of the way. And people know that people have actually been detached from hard work on themselves, because you go to work and you work for someone else, so you don't have this kind of gratification, because they tell you like, "Oh, good job," or whatever, and you don't really feel happy about it. You provide something to someone and somebody else gets richer, but you don't feel so good. Even if you get paid, you kind of like it, you get paid, but you don't feel happy. You don't get that dopamine from actually excelling at something. Whereas if you scroll social media, if you watch Netflix, if you do gaming, you're gonna get that instant gratification in your brain, dopamine, whatever, and you're just gonna keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing it. And actual big tasks and long work, that you work on yourself, that you get that body, that you actually do something and start making money for your own online, on any kind of way, where maybe as if you were paid to do something, even if it's mowing grass, like $20 to mow a lawn, which is like 30 minutes of work. Maybe it's a small lawn, and then you get your little 15-year-old brother to do it and you give him $15 to do it. You were paid 20, but you give him 15. You keep that $5 just for transferring some work over to somebody else who's gonna do it for cheaper, and you keep $5, even though like $5 is much less than 20, but you save that 30 minutes. And in that 30 minutes, you can find other work that you're gonna give to somebody else. And you can stop tying your time to your money. And basically, that way you can make money, which can grow into your business, into business of anything, entrepreneurship, or just being a middleman in all kinds of businesses. So the shift that you need in your mindset, first off, is that we need to flip the script. Basically, the key isn't to fight the procrastination. Once you are in your bed and once you have a thought that maybe you want to go to the gym, you actually feel like going to the gym. It's not discipline, it's just like you feel like you really want to go to the gym. Okay, I'm gonna go to the gym. And then there's that one voice in your head that says like, "Oh, well, I don't want to do it, I don't feel so well, like, oh, I have to go there, I have to do this, I don't like the pain." Only thing you can do is ignore it. Don't fight it. Just make the progress. Like, if the first step to going to the gym is to get ready, get dressed, okay? So go get dressed. And then what's the next step? The next step is to prepare your gear, put the gear in your backpack. Do it, boom, done. What's next? Put your shoes on. Put your shoes on, get out and walk. That's the steps. And when you get to the gym, then think about what you're gonna do there. So step by step, you're basically pampering yourself for the biggest tasks. So basically, whatever you do in life, just be like, oh, I don't feel like brushing teeth. You know you're gonna have to do it, because if you don't, you're gonna regret it. But you'll be like, oh, I can get off the bed, right? Yeah, you can get off the bed. You get off the bed, then you can walk to the bathroom, right? Yeah, you can do that. You can walk to the bathroom, right? You walk there 4 or 5 steps. You can take the brush. Yeah, you can put toothpaste on it. Yeah, you can brush your teeth, and you've done it. Like, you've done it until you feel like the person who can just do whatever they want, whatever their mind is set on. You have to pamper yourself to do it. If you don't want to record this video, you're like, oh, I can prepare my laptop, I can prepare the script. Okay, I'll do that then. Once you do that, what's the next step? I'll prepare my phone, my camera, everything that I need. So then you prepare it and you put it there. And then what's next? The only thing left is to record. And that's pretty much it, how you pamper yourself to do this. Next part, I'm gonna talk about things that you get done and things that you get perfectly done. They are not the same, and they're also both important as well. It's that when you get something done, it doesn't need to be perfectly done, it just has to be done. Depends what it is. If I record this video, okay, I record it, and in the first 10 videos that I ever record, it doesn't have to be the best ever fucking video that I have recorded. At the start, it's always more important quantity over quality. If you're recording videos, for example, it doesn't always apply to all other sorts of work or whatever you're into. Hobbies, doesn't matter. But I'm talking about that if you post 10 videos today that are pretty good, that's much better than posting one perfect ass video, like the most perfect video ever. That's probably not gonna blow up because you don't have any attention. Once you get attention, then it's much more important to print out quality over quantity, because people are actually gonna be like, hey, this is good, you know? I mean, I don't know, I'm not experienced, but that's what I think that would be the best way to do it, is to actually start with as much quantity as you can. Obviously, don't make shit ass things, you know, don't make shit videos, but slowly work your way up. And then once you do, and once you get a little bit of attention, then it's time to start putting out quality shit, highly edited. Basically, whatever you say has to be 100% knowledge and 100% useful. So the next thing is to actually prioritize process and progress over motivation. If you want to go to the gym, if you want to do anything that you don't want to do in your mind, you need to set up a process like I told you just now. You need to pamper yourself to do it until you've basically used to it, and then you're just gonna do it anyway. If you wake up sad, you're gonna do it. If you wake up super happy, you're gonna do it. If you had a fucking sex with a 10 out of 10 last night and you're waking up happy as a motherfucker, you're still gonna do it. If you haven't had sex for 2 months, three months, and you're waking up sad as shit, horny, you're still gonna do it. The point is that you need to set up that process that I told you, and eventually get to the point where you don't need that, where you don't need motivation, where you don't need process. It's all discipline, and you're just doing it anyway, and you're working. Whatever happens to you, if you get the most beautiful woman, if you get the best cars, you cannot settle down. You have to keep working. You have to keep working. If you are laying down in your room and you have your phone with you and you hear the notification ping, you're immediately gonna take it and you're gonna see, what is it? Is it like a message from this girl that you're trying to get? Is it a message from your bro? Are you maybe asking someone for something and you're waiting for you need to put it in the other room, put it somewhere far away, put it on silent, whatever. It's just that this is a big distraction, and if you're not doing anything, you're obviously gonna pick up your phone and you're gonna doom scroll. You're gonna watch YouTube, some fucking stupid ass shit that you can find, some gameplay or something. I mean, that's fine for psyche sometimes, an hour or two maybe, if you really feel down or if you really have nothing else to do. Maybe you can do that. It's also good for a psyche. But I would say you could rather go out for a walk. If you don't know what you're gonna do, there's always things to do. Like if you don't know what you're gonna say to this girl, go outside, like go for a walk. You know how to walk, right? So you can go out and walk. If you don't know how to make money, if you have a job but you want a business and you don't know what to do, you don't know how to make money, go for a run, go jog, go run. You can do that. You can go to the gym and work out. You know how to do that. You know how to go for a run. Even if you don't know how to make money, eventually you're gonna get to the point where you're gonna have an idea and you'll be in the process, or you'll be already disciplined or already used to work, and you're gonna be like, oh, I'm just gonna do it, so whatever fucking happens. If you have $2,000 in your account and you have to spend 1,500 on this, fucking spend it. Maybe something happens, maybe you fail, but if you fail, you're gonna have more motivation, and basically you're gonna have more hunger to make more money. Something I want to mention is accountability. Take accountability for whatever you say, whatever you do. If you fail, if you succeed, whatever you do, take accountability. If you say something to a girl that you didn't want to say, and then maybe she doesn't like you anymore, that's your fault. It's, take accountability. At that point when you said that, you thought that this would be the best thing that you could do and say to get with that girl, and then maybe you failed, like I did, like everybody did, and then you're gonna realize, oh, I made a mistake. Maybe you get another chance with that girl, maybe not, nobody cares, I don't want to speak about that. Either way, you need to take accountability and say, that was my mistake. Nobody else did this for me. God didn't do this for me. Like, you can't blame God. You can only blame yourself. If you took somebody's advice and you said that to this girl, you cannot blame them. You have to blame yourself because you took that advice and you did that action. You, like, this person is, maybe they're not completely trusted by you, and you take their advice and you say this to that girl and she completely ignores you, or just leaves you unseen or whatever. Maybe it's too cringe or something. Just like, focus on yourself, focus on the things that you have to do. Exactly, like, take accountability, and then eventually over time you're gonna, with all the experience that you get from sides, from talking to women, from doing a business, going to the gym, talking to people, being social, whatever, you're gonna be more accountable and you're gonna know what to do. You won't just be floating in a river completely disoriented. I just have a challenge. So if you have something to do, even if it's 2 minutes, if it's 30 minutes, if it's an hour, if you've been putting it off for a long time, if you finally want to go to the gym, if you finally want to do something that maybe you finally want to invest in something, do it, but do it in the process. Do it in the process. Like, don't just put 20K on Bitcoin. Just be like, first, I don't know anything about Bitcoin. I don't know anything about anything. If you have $500,000 and you want to buy a house, it's the same fucking thing. If you want to buy a new phone, it's the same fucking thing. Like, take your old phone and be like, how old is this phone? How long have I had it? This many years. Does it work? It does work. Go step by step. Don't just rush in there, because you might make a mistake that will cost you, big time. So basically, take the phone. Does it work? Yeah, it still works. How many contacts I have? This many contacts. What about the memory? Do I have any memory? Do I have any photos that I don't need? Do I have any fucking games that I don't need that I can delete, that I can free up some memory? And maybe I can stick with this phone for another year until I have more money, and then I can buy a new phone when it comes out. So whatever you do, take it in the process until you are eligible enough to not need the process, to not need the motivation to do it, but you just do it because you're the fucking man and you have to do it. The last thing I want to say is that you should make your work area look much better than you want it to be. First of all, mine looks like shit, but that's because I work a lot and I don't have much time to do it. Whenever I don't do it, I'm either recording videos or I'm uploading some other videos or I'm just trying to do something. But either way, you should find time to make your work area look much better than mine, because that's the place where you're gonna spend a lot of time. Don't make it your kitchen. Don't maybe your bedroom. Your bedroom will be the best for this, obviously. So just take like a corner of the room or take like any part of the room and decorate it. Whatever you have in your house that you want to use, like a scent candle or a lamp. You wanna put your watch on the table and you just keep it there. You wanna put your phone, you wanna put your earphones. Put something and make it look nice. And then you're gonna slightly feel proud of yourself for some fucking reason. And then it's gonna help you with motivation. It's gonna help you with work. You're maybe gonna not need to get up to get something. It's gonna be on a table. Maybe your chargers or something, you know. Make the room tidy, you know, keep it tidy, because it's slight work, but it keeps you occupied. And sometimes if you're overthinking, if you don't want to do anything, if you're just thinking about something, think about this one girl, think about something you want to be in life, just start cleaning your room. Just that's the most basic thing that you can do. When you wake up in the morning, face your bed, fold your clothes, take them to the fucking dishwasher room, I don't know, tell your mom to wash it, whatever. Be ready. So also basically talking about gym, if you really want to improve and you really want to get that aesthetic physique as a man, that takes definitely a couple of years, but everybody's gonna say that you can't get a good body in like 6 months. You cannot. You can get a big jump in progress in 6 months if you take some supplements, if you take creatine, whatever. But I try to stay like raw. I try to just maybe get zinc or magnesium or omega-3, it doesn't matter. Either way, check out my YouTube video that I had on only aesthetic physiques for men, how to get the V-taper, or how to basically look lean but muscular. That's what kind of women like the most, when a man is more lean but also muscular, you know, not like a fucking huge brute or like a nerd who doesn't have any muscle, who doesn't look good, who doesn't act well, who doesn't, for example, he has a Gucci shirt, he has a fucking Lambo, whatever, but he's an idiot. He's a fucking imbecile, okay? He's like a bitch, a pussy. Nobody's gonna fuck him because of that Lambo. Maybe some fucking bimbo that's like a maybe she's an 8 out of 10 by her looks, but everything else is a fucking 0. And that girl maybe, just maybe, might fuck him because of the Lambo and because she doesn't know who he really is. But once you find out who he really is, nobody's gonna be with him, you know? So that's why you need to do everything. And procrastination is the biggest problem that stops you from getting there. Start with the process. Like I told you, everything that you want to do, start with the tiny tasks and the tiny wins. And eventually those tiny wins are gonna turn into regular wins. And those regular wins are just gonna be like huge wins that happen constantly. So do the hard work even if you don't feel like it.